Welcome, everyone, to College Park, Maryland, home of the Maryland Terrapins. Fans have been eager for this clash coming up in what some affectionately refer to as the Snake Pit. We have a ranked versus unranked battle coming up here. You know how chaos can ensue if they start smelling an upset. As we'll see a team coming off a crucial bye week, the Arizona State Sun Devils, taking on the 16th ranked team in the land, the Maryland Terrapins. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. The Terrapins will boot it away to start the game. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. This crowd bringing an ear-splitting welcome to their visitors. They'll run behind the big guys on the right. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. It's hard to find a place these days that the Big Ten doesn't touch geographically, but there's a lot of crossover with the Big Ten and Big 12 and plenty of bragging rights on the line when their schools meet.
You think about Nebraska, once upon a time being in the Big 12, now in the Big 10 too. These conferences also recruit in similar areas too. So this game is interesting, David, because a lot of these players, they're familiar with each other from high school.
Yeah, and I tell you, from experience, you hate that. Like, you get to know each other, you go to the other school, like, you're now my enemy. You're not my friend anymore. So a chance to prove it, a chance for the Big 12, who's been kind of pillaged and pulled apart at times, sometimes by the Big 10. Let's go out and make a statement today.
Finds his big tight end. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
A nice job by the defense there, tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down.
And when you run those drag routes, it just takes a little bit of know-how. And when I say that, the receivers got to understand, find space. My quarterback's going to find me. He's looking for that space at the same time. Nice throw, nice catch. Way to get the first down.
They'll keep it on the ground. Squeezes out a couple of yards down to the 32.
The big defensive tackles in the middle, they're not always the best pass rushers, but they are strong, and I say country strong. They put their hands on you, you feel it. They lock people out on the line of scrimmage. They create separation. They wrap running backs up, and usually they don't get out of the midst of those big boys.
You've got to be loving what you're seeing from your offense here on the opening drive of this game. They're in a really nice rhythm. They've got real good balance going on right now, and they've got the defense on their heels.
Now from inside the red zone. And the rush will get to him at the 25.
What a nice answer by this defense. You give up the big play, you respond right back, you get the sack, create some momentum for your side. Nice job by this defense staying with it.
Leaves it with the running back. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run, and you open it up for the passing game.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. It's a draw. Stayed behind his pads, kept finding the space. He got 9 on the play. It'll be 4th and 2. They'll lead the offense out there to try to get it past the marker and pick up the first. Direct snap. The Sun Devils get enough to move the chains. Probably the only people upset about going for it on 4th down, the punters. who don't seem to see the field as much as they used to.
Not when you've got a running back like that. He just has like a sixth sense. He always seems like he can just find the crease, especially in these short yardage situations. He comes up with a huge play there on 4th down.
He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater.
I know the passing game sells and the passing game is exciting, but it's not exciting to get 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground, but it will be very successful.
Now 2nd and goal, and right in the teeth of this noise. Slams ahead. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Sun Devils.
And they just keep feeding it to their workhorse back to open this game. Great job in the open field. He's got tremendous vision. He can make people miss. You saw all of that on display here in the opening drive.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Maryland 0.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Offense set on 1st down. It's a draw. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
They try to go draw, but there's just way too much penetration in the middle of the offensive line, and that the offense has a negative play.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. He's looking to throw. He rifles one deep to the left. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line. You look to be backed up, and then suddenly you're not. Big play has them across the 50, and they'll have it 1st and 10. The give to the running back from the shotgun.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so he can break some of those big runs. But I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking for a crease. It's Gore. What a nifty run there to pick up the 1st down.
Man, those are so hard to defend. You know, the quarterback, obviously he's doing the run-pass option and creating some indecision in my head. And look at that. He hands it off, and the back gets a quick 10. Easy. You know, like just chews up yardage. Just really, really tough to stop those kind of plays.
And good coverage by the defense, just a short game. And the Terrapins want to crank the tempo. On 2nd down, he's looking downfield. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
You know, and that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
On 3rd down, going up top. Got his man to the left. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the 1st down.
And I think a lot of times when offenses run these counters, you're going to fake one way, right? Pull guys the other direction. If you can get some penetration really quickly, get behind those pullers, you got a chance to get in the backfield, just like right there, and create a TFL.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. He's looking to throw. He looks that one in nicely. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. On 3rd and short, they'll ride the running back here. And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the first quarter.
Now, a 4th down. That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Arizona State 7, Maryland 0.
The Terrapins will try to move the chains on 4th down.
Here we go.
Try to get it on the ground. Running toward the goal line. It's a fumble. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
Well, the offense is coming off the field. They didn't have enough yards to get that first down anyway, but by putting it on the ground, they killed any shot of maintaining this drive, and now their defense has to take over in a sudden change situation.
Gets it out fast. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down.
Nice job by the receiver there, running the drag route against zone coverage, finding the soft spot, making it easy on his quarterback to get the completion. He turns it upfield, and he moves the sticks.
They're backed up just a little. 1st and 10 from their own 19. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Gets rid of it. And he was looking over the middle and couldn't make the connection.
Brings up 2nd down.
Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. They try to pop a run on the draw. And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains.
Nice job by this offense converting the 3rd down. Listen, 3rd and short, they know you're going to run the football, and they still did a great job being physical. 3rd downs has been such a struggle for this offense. Bottom 50, one of the worst in college football. Nice job on that play.
Throws for the tight end. Finds a man on the right. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
Well, you know who's got to love this offense picking up so many first downs? It's their own defense. David, I know you love playing on teams with great offenses.
Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. He'll pull it down and run. He found a little opening and got loose. They couldn't stop him in the backfield, so a solid pickup there.
I think he did a really good job, first of all, keeping his eyes downfield. You could see he wanted to throw the football. But when it's not there, don't force it. Tuck it down, get some positive yards.
2nd down coming up. The give out of the gun. Finally pulled down, but not before moving the chains for a first down.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
This offense has become a first down machine, and that is so demoralizing for the defense, especially for those star players that are playing tons of snaps. They're not subbing out as much. By the 4th quarter, they are going to be gassed.
They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. Here comes the offense on 1st down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Looking for an open area to his left. Quickly complete. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
On the run, it's McCaffrey. And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge.
And just a great job by the defense being stout, right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
Trying to make magic with it. Headed to the end zone. He's all the way down to the 3. Showed it all on that run.
Man, that's frustrating for a defense. You had him in third down. You had him in a predictable situation. Try to go capitalize on it. What does he do? Pulls that rabbit out of the hat, scrambles around, now puts him right inside the 5-yard line.
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Arizona State.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
14, Maryland, 0.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Maryland has the ball back and the Terrapin offense ready to go. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
He's out of bounds after a big pickup, but there's a flag on the field, and this might be coming back. Line getting set on second down. Let's go. He's looking to throw. Fires into traffic, intercepted. He goes down right there, but not before coming up with a big interception.
Not all DBs make the play at the end, right? They can bat the ball down, they can be in position, but they don't really secure the football. Great job by the DB securing the football and forcing the turnover.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Now the play fake. He lets it fly. And he's got it inside the 10. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business, 1st and goal.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
Quarterback just has to be more aware of the situation. 1st down, goal-to-go situation. You cannot take a sack. So the QB, if no one's open, you got to make sure you're throwing that ball out of the end zone and helping your offense out.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. On the move, he fires. Usually see better timing between this senior quarterback and his receivers. That one well behind him. You can't hear yourself think on 3rd and goal. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Sun Devils. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5? And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. It's as if every play call with this guy, you've got the play that's called, and if that doesn't work, something that might even be more dangerous.
How nice is that as an offensive coordinator, right, Reese? You know that even if what you called isn't exactly going to work, this guy could just pull a rabbit out of the hat. He can go backyard football and just take off. Man, this guy is fun to watch.
They're going to throw it to start the drive. starting to feel a little pressure. He'll try to do it himself. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. And the Terrapins racing to the line in the hurry up. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. On second down, just keeps firing. The throw to the outside is complete.
Nice job there. Good timing between the QB and the wide receiver executing that out route.
They'll try to get the first through the air. Grab near the sticks. It's Avila. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. He's going to pass. Unloads to the wideout. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete. Oh, he had him out there, and he was trying to compensate for that speed, but just a little too much distance.
That's just greased lightning, so you think, I can't overthrow this guy. I'm going to throw it out there and let him run underneath it just a little bit too far for the speedster.
And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense. The pocket broke down, and the quarterback had to take the sack.
Really impressed by this pass rush, Reese. Just guys winning their individual battles one-on-one up front. They're able to get to the quarterback.
On third down, he drops to throw. Skips away from pressure. And this defense goes back-to-back sack, Jack. The Terrapins will call on their punt team. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Fair catch called for and made. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Going for the big play. Fires into traffic. Picked off. He goes out of bounds, but what a play to create a sudden change opportunity.
Not all guys have the ability to break on the football, go make a play, and catch it. You play defense for a reason. A lot of the wide receivers are the ones that do most of the catching. Great job by the defense securing the INT.
One more play before the teams head to the locker room. He's looking to throw it. Fires to the right. Picked off. They get him on the ground after the turnover, but there is a flag on the field, and we'll see if that will be a reprieve for this offense. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. And the Sun Devils will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The offense lining up for a first down play. Trying to set the tone on the ground in the third. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
First down for the offense.
Might as well give it to him again. They finally get him on the ground, but the big running play moves the change for the first down.
You're down. Obviously, at the half, you had a conversation. We got to come out and put points on the board. And, Jesse, it looks like they're going to start with the ground game.
And I love this, David, too. Regardless of whether they're losing or they're winning, come out here and try to be the most physical unit here in the second half. Get this run game established.
And the Terrapins headed quickly to the line. To the ground with the back. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
And this is what's going to drive coaches crazy. It's mental errors, right? It doesn't take any talent or lack of talent to have that penalty. You just got to watch the ball, and when it's snapped, get after the quarterback.
On second down, they'll take to the air. They're setting up the screen. And the completion gives them a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving.
know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
He'll come out throwing on first down. Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown, Maryland!
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And after the extra point, they're now down 21-7. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the final 34 yards covered by that touchdown pass. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
On the ground, it's McCaffrey. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. Pocket starts to collapse. Grab near the marker is Hale. Open space at the 25. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
And as a defense, how scary is it having to defend this guy? He's one of the fastest players in America, and you saw it on that last play. It's not necessarily throwing him the ball over your head. They just get it to him quickly. The hard part now is running and tackling that guy. Not easy to do.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create 2nd and short, 3rd and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
Fans are bringing the noise on 1st and goal. Touchdown, Arizona State! And they take it in for 6 more points. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, a colossal top 5 matchup. Let's fill you in on what's going on. Georgia is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the momentum may be turning. These dogs have picked themselves up off the canvas before, and they are capable of it again today. It's a tight one right now. They're trailing by only 5 to Sam Houston. We'll parachute back into your game, fellas, if anything changes in this heavyweight battle.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys have been keeping an eye on it for us. The Terrapins are in the hurry-up.
This guy just is so comfortable running routes, and he has such a good feel for those soft spots on defense there. They're playing zone coverage, so he's able to find that pocket, make it easy on his quarterback, and they pick up the first down.
That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the first down. And they'll come to the line with less than a yard to go. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Fires to the big fella. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
Here he goes breaking the pocket. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
Good news is they didn't lose a ton of yards. The bad news is that's the 3rd sack they've given up now in this game. They have got to do a better job protecting this quarterback.
They gave up the sack on first down. Now it's 2nd and 11. Let's go. He's looking to throw. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Zone coverage that time, and the cornerback, a nice job with his eyes. He's watching the quarterback. He sees the ball thrown, so he knows exactly when to break on it. He's able to break it up for an incompletion.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And couldn't quite find the crevice he needed to pick up the first down. Trailing by multiple possessions in the 3rd and desperately needing a score, they'll go for it on 4th down. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He'll loft one deep down the left side. And it's hauled in at the 10. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Terrapins! Well, I'm not sure who was closer to the receiver there, the defensive backs or us here in the booth.
That was great execution on offense. Receiver wins the route one-on-one, shows off his speed, gets himself wide open. There's no question where the quarterback is going to be that ball. Nice job.
That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. Arizona State has the ball back, and the offense making its way onto the field. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown, everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. He's looking to throw. Oh, and it's a pick. He threw it right into the double coverage. Not much of a chance on the return, but they'll have the ball at the 33.
We've just seen in this game the ball has just gotten away from him a little bit. A couple of times, just hasn't been able to put it where he wants to. And as a result, that's now his 2nd pick thrown in this game.
Here comes the Maryland offense back onto the field. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled, you realize what's going on. Now, I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on this last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You've got to bow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down marker.
And the Terrapins line it up with a 1st and goal. Wants to go up top. Buys a little time. Nobody open. He just throws it away, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. They'll keep it on the ground, right up the gut, looking for 6. He works his way ever closer, all the way down to the 1-yard line.
Well, he gets tackled down at the 1-yard line, so offensively, do you feel confident enough on 3rd here trying to hand it off again?
Yeah, and I'm taking both these downs, and I'm coming downhill. I'm running the football, trying to get this in the end zone. I only got a yard to go. I got to be physical.
Ready, break.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter of play. With the score, Arizona State 28, Maryland 14.
They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. They want to power it in on the ground on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Maryland! You thought they were done. They're not. They're back, baby. Well, if the momentum hadn't shifted before, it certainly has now.
It has, and now you got some game pressure, right? That's beautiful. Now the defense comes out, get you a stop, get aggressive, but the offense a little bit of pressure now because they know if the ball goes back to the other side, they could lose this ball game.
My philosophy on going for 2 is only when you have to. Looking to throw. And that pass picked off.
The attempt at the 2-point conversion is no good.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Maryland.
Bounces through the end zone. It's bring it out to the 25. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field to score some points.
Dang, Homer, I wish I would have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Brown has it. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
All right, so I know the defense is going to be aggressive, right? They got their stop. They forced a 3rd down. How aggressive does the offense want to be in response? Because if I throw the football, get a 1st down, I can run this clock almost out. This defense has to make a choice. For this offense, how aggressive do you want to be?
Trying to get to him. Plows through the defense. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. The Sun Devils will send out the punt unit. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Maryland has the ball back, and the Terrapin offense ready to go. What a good mix of plays, keeping that defense off balance last time, David.
And Reese, they don't know if it's run or if it's pass. They got them right where they want them. This defense doesn't know how to react from getting punched in the mouth on that last drive.
So in this next drive, David, I think you keep running the football because that sets up the play action, it sets up the RPO game, and then you keep this defense guessing.
And you've created some great momentum, getting the stop, forcing the punt, now getting it back to your offense. Your offense starting to get in a groove. Late in the game, you need some big plays.
You just wonder how much panic there is right now on the defensive side of the football, too, because of what you just said, David. They can feel and sense the momentum leaving them right now with the lead. So someone defensively better step up here soon and make a play.
The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a 1st down. He wants to throw. They're bringing heat. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
Oh, that's a missed opportunity. You know the quarterback was excited. He saw man coverage. He thought he was going to have an opportunity to come up with a big play, but up front they could not protect him well enough.
That sack gets this offense behind the chains. It's second down. Quick completion on the out route. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. The Terrapins come to the line in the hurry-up. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. On third and long, he has to throw for it. It's complete to the right. And after that short completion, what will they do now? Just a few inches to go.
Yeah, and you wanted to get the ball out quick, and you wanted your receiver to make the play for you and get the first down. You don't now. Decision time, fourth and short.
Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on fourth down. They'll try it on the ground. He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs.
I don't care where you're at on the field. Fourth and inches, I like me. I like my chances of getting that, running the play I feel comfortable with, getting the first down.
And the Terrapins will line it up on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. And with not much doing downfield, he found his parents open in the stands and threw it to him.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously was he's outside the tackle boxes. He knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Live to fight another down.
After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Spits it out to the back. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
I love the decision by the quarterback. He found the open man, just don't love the throw. Got to be a little bit more accurate, make it easier on your target.
They were on the move, but 2 straight incompletions had them staring at 3rd and 10. From the gun, wants to pass. Pressure coming. Running with power. And the defense is there to stop him short of the first down. And here we go, down to score. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
And that is a back-breaker. It's 4th down, though. Listen, you got to throw the football. You got to try to make a play. But the defense came up big in a big moment.
Able to make the stop after a gain of 2 to the 22.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. They get him on the ground, but it's a first down.
Yeah, it's make or break time for this defense now. They got to get a stop. And if that's bringing more bodies in, bringing more beef in, they're running the football right up the gut, right at you. They're not going to throw the football in this situation. Time to be more physical and get this big stop.
Going up top on 1st down. He's got his man. They stop him just a length or 2 short of the first, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Hands it off. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. At this point, the clock is like the 12th man on offense. I assume they'll keep it on the ground here.
I would think so, too, but I also want to get the score and end this game. Like, that touchdown puts me up by 2 possessions, ball game over.
Looking to throw. It's complete. Takes it to the house. Touchdown, Sun Devils. Boy, do they need that score. Gave them a little cushion as they try to put a stop to this two-game slide. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point splits the uprights, and the lead balloons to 15. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Michigan is currently ahead in this one in a jam-packed big house, but it's been close so far. They're up by 5 over Clemson. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected, fellas.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Comes out throwing on first down. He wants a big play here late. And he makes the grab and gets the foot down. What a job for a huge gain there.
Well, that's exactly why you practice these 2-minute situations. The quarterback knew exactly where to go. He's trying to work the sideline, save some clock. Great route by the receiver getting open, making the catch, getting out of bounds. And this drive is off to a pretty good start.
And a nice pickup on the line, and gets down to avoid contact. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. Quarterback will audible. Looking to go up top on first down. Fires toward the end zone. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players.
That should be the nail in the coffin. What a great break on the football. Getting the big turnover. You got the lead. Now just go out there, be smart on offense, and run that clock.
On the ground, it's West. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Might as well keep pounding that rock at this point in the game, even though it's 2nd and 12. Fires downfield. And it's intercepted, maybe breathing a little life into this team. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
I definitely am trying to be a little bit conservative. I can't be cautious, but I want to be a little bit conservative. Up 2 possessions. The clock is my friend. I got the football. The worst thing I can do is throw an interception, turn the football over, stop the clock, give them the ball back at an opportunity like this.
Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. Finds a crease at the 20. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9. The Terrapins want to move quickly. Quick strike complete. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. He's back to throw on 2nd down. He got it. Tripped up for the tackle. They'll hurry to the line here to try to get off that 3rd down play. Trying to bully their way in. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
And you got to focus, right? The first thing you're looking at as a defensive lineman, the first thing you understand is the ball starts with a snap count. I have to line up, see the ball. When the ball moves, I move. I know it's simple, but you still see guys jumping off sides all the time.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. The offense gets a quick timeout at this point. Every second is precious. A 4th quarter field goal down by this much, that's a lot like putting a lipstick on the proverbial pig. Doesn't do much to change the looks. Got to score the touchdown on 4th and goal. Moving out of the pocket. Give him 6 and give them a chance with the late touchdown still alive in this one.
And a nice touchdown. Continue to fight, continue to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense. Continue to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
He wants to throw it. And he drops it. Just took his eye off of it at the last minute. Time is against them. Still down by 2 scores, but they'll line up for the onside kick. They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
All business today for this ball club. They come out and they get the win.
And that's all that matters. It's not always pretty. You don't always do everything you want to do or check all the boxes. But at the end of the game, Jesse, you want that W.
No doubt about it. They made the plays they needed to make in order to get this win. I thought the quarterback showed tremendous poise, good leadership throughout the course of the game. Defense made stops when they had to make them. So, right.